Hello everybody, welcome back to Solo Breakdown, where we break down the lead of a popular song that we all know and love. This case we're talking about Reptilia from The Strokes. A very interesting song. There was an inside joke in my prior band where the joke was that I hated the song. That's just because I never got into the first part of the song, the introduction. Always never struck the right chord with me, but once you get into the song, there's a lot going on there. So let's break that down and discuss. This time, of course, we're not just talking about the solo in the song, we're talking about the entire lead, because it's a little bit simpler than what we tackled last time. So let's jump into it. So the first part of the song, you're doing a very simple phrase that goes something like this. And the only thing there that I wanted to mention is a rhythmic note or tip that I like to mention here, is that you can see I'm strumming all of the strings. This is something that John Frusciante, of course, does in all of his songs, most of his songs. It just gives you a very nice percussive sound. If I was just picking the actual notes, it would be way more stale. So it would be something like, as opposed to. Of course, in order to get that going, you have to be careful and mute every other string aside from the one you're hitting, and then just indiscriminately rake through all of the strings to get that nice rhythmic sound. So now we go into the part that I actually really love about the song. Let's take a listen here, a little bit of neck pickup action. Notice how I have a medium pick. That's not a coincidence. I actually like the attack that it gives, but also it gives a little bit of a smooth sounding rake as we rake through all the strings. As we talked about in the beginning, we're not just picking the strings here, we're raking the entire string set. And all we're doing here is we have our root note in the 5th string, followed by the 3rd on the 2nd string. You can see here this note is the same as the one on the 4th string, so it's the 3rd of the chord. And essentially we have a progression going from minor to major, something like this. I really like that progression. I think it's quite special, and I thought I'd mention it. So now we go into actually my favorite part, where we expand on the progression that we had before, and we play a nice lead line over it. And the magic here is that we're switching between the minor, B minor scale, we're sometimes dipping into the A major scale, and that transition is quite noticeable, but it's also smooth to the point that it fits, so you're not sure why, but it feels a little bit unsettling, just in the right amount. Let's take a look at what the melody is. So the final section we're gonna discuss is the actual solo itself. It's quite simple, but we're gonna break it down regardless. For the first bit, we're traversing the scale, something like this. So something along those lines, and then we go into the little bit more exciting section where we have some quick bends into hammer-on pull-offs. Let's take a look at that. So what we have going on is that we have one basic phrase that's being repeated all over the place, which is... And the rest of stuff is just sort of around it, just embellishment. So let's take a look at the first one. It's going to be a full bend on the second string, 10th fret. Next one, first string, 10th fret. And now there's a change, we go all the way to the F sharp on the first string. And that note right there, that's the 7th of the A chord, which introduces a little bit of tension. So instead of resolving like this, which would be something in the B major scale, we're actually doing the A major 7th in there, which introduces that nice little bit of tension. So, right, it's a nice note. And then to end again and back to the original sequence. So that's gonna be my breakdown for Reptilia by The Strokes. I hope it was useful in some capacity. Let me know down below if it was, if you enjoyed the video. Perhaps consider leaving a like, subscribing for new videos every day. And as always, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.